Good morning. Wow, lively group this morning. Well, welcome to Unity Spiritual Center Spokane. Welcome to you here. Welcome to you online. We appreciate you being here. We are all about our mission of transforming lives and inspiring people to make a positive difference in our world. I'm Jeff Tawney, and I'll be your platform assistant this morning. And our first order of business is to put our phones, mute our phones, put them on do not disturb mode, turn it off, whatever you need to do. But let's just honor that. As always, we want to begin our time by sharing our opening affirmation. And I'm just going to ask you all to join me. It's up here on top. And that is, there is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the Good. This is Unity's foundation principle. One presence, one power, and one life, living through and as each one of us. This morning, we have our diva Gaye, Kruger Ribble. She's kicking off our movie month. Now, how many know it's movie month? Now, those of you that were there Wednesday or Thursday at Unity North, I know are aware of it because we had some delicious popcorn. And I'm not talking about the bag stuff. I'm talking about a popcorn maker that they're popping in, that the butter's coming out, and it's popping in the background. It was a lot of fun. It just reminded me of being in a movie. We had drinks. We had a wonderful time, hosted by our Unity North friends up there. We will be doing that each Thursday, except for this coming Thursday because of 4th of July. So please know, please join us up there. It is part of the message. So we are focusing on having our time together there to view a movie that then is going to be talked about, the spiritual impact of that to that individual in the following week. So I think this week we have Frozen. Next week is The Kid. The week following that is Pinocchio. And then after that, I believe, is The Shack. Miracle, and then The Shack. So again, please feel free to join us. We've actually postponed Conscious Conversations this month just for that very purpose, so that we can support that as a church and as a community. So be sure to put that on your calendar. Okay, so Gaye is going to be talking about the spiritual lessons from Frozen, and so I'm looking forward to that. It was actually really nice being up there. Okay, so Scott Jameson on the piano is going to be accompanying Julia, Alan, Rick, who are going to be coming up and leading us through our community song, and that will be followed by Al Konigsfeld, our chaplain, to open us in prayer. So without further ado.
I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. Love. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing love today. Joy. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing joy today. Peace. I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing peace today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing peace today. Heaven. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing
quick change the mic here. So happy 4th. This is the weekend that we always, as Americans, celebrate our sense of freedom. And I'd like to remind us that if we don't find freedom in our hearts, if we don't connect with the spirit within and find freedom there, freedom is not to be found in the outside world. Viktor Frankl noticed when he was in the Nazi concentration camps that those people who survived were those who kept their sense of freedom within them. Those that looked to the outside world and saw the guards and the walls typically perished. So, take a moment. Spirit is the source of all good things. And spirit is the source of freedom, ultimate freedom. And I am one with that source, and so is every person in this room and every person listening to my voice. We are all one with that great spirit that creates the universe as its playground, as a place to experience. And without the freedom to experience what you want, you would be limited, and we are unlimited. And so we give thanks for the creation, for our ability to become part of that creation and yet still create within it. We give thanks for one another for playing the parts of opposition and support. And we give thanks for our founding fathers who embodied that idea that freedom was available within and without. We speak these words into the divine mind, knowing that they are already so. And we give thanks. And so it is.
Good morning. Hey. Oh, I love looking at your faces. So, the many names for God, the many paths to God, and wherever you are on your transformational journey, you are welcome here. When Dave and I came here over 4 years ago for the very first time, we heard those two sentences. And we thought, this may be a place we could move to. We may have a spiritual home here. It still feels like home. Every time I hear those two phrases, I say yes to that. So, a couple of months ago when Reverend Bonnie asked me to speak during our movie month, I decided to pick Frozen 2. When I had seen Frozen 2, I was so spiritually moved. Oh, voice of God. I was so spiritually moved. And every time I've seen it since, it has still moved me. The reason is because it's a similar transformational journey that I have been on myself. So I'm going to kind of use this as a metaphor for tracking Elsa's spiritual journey. I mean, there are a lot of beautiful messaging in the film. By the way, who has seen the film? Oh, quite a few of you. Okay, who has seen Frozen? So at least you know the characters. Okay. All right, so there are a few of you that haven't. I think you'll still track. But for those of you who have seen the film, I'm hoping that you will not only enjoy tracking this with me, but also take a look at the elements that Elsa took advantage of on her transformational journey and apply them to your own. So, what would a path of self-discovery and genuine transformation feel like? Imagine a life full of love, peace, non-judgment, compassion, joy, fulfilling relationships, abundance, empowerment, miracles, passion, clarity of purpose and awareness, of direction, optimism, emotional mastery. Now, what if you were able to shift the limiting beliefs about yourself into empowering beliefs, enabling you to easily move through the fear and resistance that may have held you back from living the life of your dreams? This is Elsa's journey in Frozen 2. It's also all of our journeys. So we're going to unpack it, and we're going to take a look at the steps that she took, and maybe, as an example, take a look at using some of those steps for ourselves. So Elsa was not born with fear. She was born with magical powers. Her parents do not understand these powers, and they're afraid of them. So they transferred this fear to her. In the first movie, Elsa accidentally hurt her sister Anna with her powers, and Anna's memories need to be erased. And then Elsa was isolated from her sister and told to conceal and not feel. This created a conflict in Elsa as she struggled to suppress that ever-growing gift of the powers that she'd been given. Now, Elsa's fear also led her to several other problems, like her anxiety and her overprotectiveness. Elsa constantly fears rejection from other people, and she's always wanting to find the source of her powers, but her fear has kept her from the truth. This resonated with me. This resonates with me still as I continue on my transformational journey. So as I was preparing this talk, I did an exercise where I decided that I was going to be Elsa and I was going to ask her some key questions to kind of get her ready for her own transformational journey. So I'm going to now speak as though I am Elsa. Who am I? I am Queen of Arendelle. I am sister to Princess Anna. I was born with powers over ice and water that I do not fully understand, and I am afraid of. What do I want to achieve? To be a good queen, to protect my people, and to know why I have these powers. What do I want to change in my life? I don't want to be afraid anymore. I want to know the truth. Where am I stuck? I'm afraid to do anything that might be a mistake, that could hurt someone that I love. So I conceal and I don't feel. I fear any change. What patterns are continually occurring in my life? Oh, out of control powers, a voice calling to me, anxiety over making a mistake, have to be a good girl, and the fear of my powers will destroy those I love. Hear the theme? What do I want in my life? What do I want in my life? To be who I was meant to be, to know myself, to know my purpose. So we have a universe that is teeming with energies and vibrations and frequencies, yet we deny these all the time. Now they interact with us and we affect them with our energy. Elsa's fear has her resisting her guidance, the guidance that is there all the time. She tries to ignore the voice, but the synchronicities are relentless. Her fears are revealed in the song Into the Unknown. But as she dialogues with the voice, her curiosity and her inner knowing overcome her fear. The energies, vibrations, and frequencies are the magic that is there for us all. And all you need to do is to focus on it. So could we hear Into the Unknown? No, I'm not going to sing. I'll let Disney know you applauded. So when you saw her create those images, you know, with all the snow, that was her intuitive. That was how she was tapping into what was coming up in the future. So this is a guidance focus section right now. We talked about synchronicities. Now, while some events in our lives are random and others are, you know, helpful signs from the universe that kind of point us in the right direction, sort of like if you all of a sudden see a path of smooth stones leading out of a dense forest, you go, ah, that's the way. And from a spiritual perspective, I find that synchronicity is also, it's a tangible form of divine guidance. And I love looking at it that way. It's the delivery system of outside guidance, and it suggests that there is something that is interested in our development, as if the entire universe has become a beautiful mechanism of reminding us of our wholeness. So this is always happening. It's always going on. You just need to tune in. It's kind of like tuning into a radio station, the frequency. Once you start to see it and recognize it, it's much easier to find that radio station again, that frequency. I think it's really fun. I have called it a divine habit. And for me, it feels like magic. And because, as most of you know, I'm kind of into the fairies, magic is a word that for me will instill that higher frequency vibration that will allow me to see the synchronicities often. Other things you can use. Reverend Bonnie is always talking about meditation. Going into meditation, going into the quiet place, going into the stillness, being in nature, grounding yourself. All those places that for you create a higher frequency. Asking. Ask and it is given. Just the simple act of asking. Prayer, affirmative prayer. Any kind of quieting. I also particularly love ritual. any kind of ritual that you want to create for yourself. Now, I have a little altar that I put special little things that I've found that are meaningful. I have gifts that friends have given me. I have special rocks, that I've found. I have cards that mean something to me. And speaking of cards, our abundance team uses abundance cards for our playtime. And we found that this particular ritual has been very rewarding. Everyone who has done it has found that there's personal meaning to every single participant for each card that we pick. Whatever works best for you to quiet your mind, open your heart, and connect with spirit. The thing that I want you to remember is that there is guidance out there, synchronistic guidance out there for you. It's always there. Your guides are always there for you. Start to pay attention to the signs, follow the guidance, and trust the process. On a personal note, my husband Dave and I are here in Spokane from California because we followed the guidance of a lucid dream I had. And the promise of the dream is still unfolding, and we are experiencing a transformed life. Back to the movie. Okay, so Elsa, in this part of the movie, has accidentally awakened the angry elemental spirits, the spirits of wind and fire and water and air, and her kingdom must be evacuated. So she and her sister and her friends go to the enchanted forest to try to unravel the mystery of her magical powers. There, Elsa discovers what actually happened to her parents, and she heads for Atahala, and that is the frozen river of memories, on her own to discover the truth. Now, this is Elsa's dark night of the soul. Have many of you been through Dark Night of the Soul? Thank you very much. Yes, we have. The Dark Night of the Soul is a stage in your personal development. It's when a person undergoes difficult and significant transformation to a deeper perception of life and your place in it. I've looked at the Dark Night of the Soul as a deep, dark hole. It was very scary the first time that I saw this hole. I now know and have that continued knowing that when the deep, dark hole presents itself to me, I dive in. I don't know how dark it is. I don't know how deep it is. I don't know how long I'll have to be there. But I know for sure that there's a diamond in there for me somewhere. For Elsa, on her Dark Night of the Soul, she must win over the horse water spirit who is still very angry with humans. Over and over she struggles with this horse, and she eventually lassos the horse and she tames it. She then gains control over the animal so that she may ride across the dark sea and on its back to frozen Atahala River and her destiny. So could we play Show Yourself? Whew, yes. May, as we transform, all of our costumes change so beautifully. So Elsa has just learned from her mother's spirit that she is and has always been the fifth element with water, air, earth, and fire. And through her intuitive powers, the truth is going to be revealed. Elsa learns that her grandfather was the catalyst for some pretty heavy-duty ancestral trauma. In an intuitive flashback, she heard him say, quote, "Magic makes people feel too powerful too entitled, makes them think that they can defy the will of a king. Elsa responds to the echo of her grandfather and says, "That is not what magic does. That is your fear. Fear is what can't be trusted." Then she witnesses her grandfather killing the leader of the enchanted forest people, and the lie is finally revealed. Synchronicities are the outside guidance. The intuitive is the inside guidance, the inside nudge, the inside knowing. The intuitive is your path to your inner guidance, to your spirit, to your higher self. So start to ask for this guidance. Notice it when it comes. Celebrate it. The more you focus on it, the more you will experience it. Have you ever heard a voice? Maybe singing, maybe just that voice, maybe that nudge, maybe something about a future event and you put it aside, but then what you thought of actually happened. Don't dismiss it. Cultivate it. The third section is healing and integration for Elsa. Elsa needed to find out the truth. She needs to heal her kingdom. She needs to right the wrongs. She needs to soothe the wounds. And she needs to keep turning her fear into her empowerment. Truth is revealed when we are in a consciousness practice flow. When you are in some way active in your consciousness practice, the truth will keep coming to you. Sometimes it's a nudge, sometimes it's a 2x4. So Elsa is now ready to risk everything. Now, healing integration for you, it's a path to real spiritual maturity. And there are many different modalities that you could utilize. Some of them are inner child work, the cube process, parts work. Dave and I do a soul integration process through the Theo group. So I'm just going to share with you some of the basic steps that Dave and I use as an example. So notice when you're triggered emotionally. And when I mean triggered, I don't mean that it's just a little emotion. I mean it's way too much emotion. You will know that that's a trigger. You'll know that for some reason this is affecting you more than it would affect anybody. And I want you to know that this is a gift when it happens. Because the gift is going to allow you to identify the little part of you, the aspect, the orphan, sometimes we call it an orphan, that is pulled away from you and is holding some kind of memory that is there and is overreacting to it, trying to protect you. Now, in meditation, or just being quiet, I'd like you to create a spiritual sanctuary. Many of you have spiritual sanctuaries that you love to go to that you've already created. It could be the one that you've created for yourself, but I want you to start thinking about one that you create for these orphans, these little aspects. It's going to be something that, a place that they love, a place that they want to go to, a place where they feel safe. And you're building it just for them. Now, when you identify a part or an aspect or an orphan that needs soothing, I want you to invite them to this beautiful sacred space that you've created for them. And be there with them. Listen to what they have to say to you. Fully be present with them. Hear them. soothe them as though you are their parent. Soothe them in a way that will make them feel safe. Let them know that you have their back. Invite them to let go of that which they are holding. Invite them to stay in this beautiful place that you have created for them. They may not be ready yet, but in time they will. And then the last part is to connect with future self. Future self is that part of you that is sending the guidance. It's your higher self. Future self is thanking you for everything that you are going through right now. Future self is appreciating you. Future self lets you know that it's worth it. Now, Elsa was able to transform in a 2-hour movie. It may take you longer. But cultivating the spiritual guidance along the way that will assist you on your transformation may make it feel like it's not happening to you, it's happening with you, that you're a part of this. I have a poem in my office that I have had on the wall for over 20 years. And it feels very appropriate for today. You've heard it before, but I'd like you to kind of really be in this as I read it to you. It's Marianne Williamson's Our Deepest Fear. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightening about shrinking so that other people won't feel unsure around you. You were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. As we let our own light shine, we consciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Wherever you are on your transformational journey, you are welcome here. Thank you. Thank you. So in the spirit of my talk, in the spirit of Elsa and Show Yourself, I'd like us to go into meditation. And it's interesting right now, I feel Reverend Bonnie with me, kind of her hands on my shoulders. Thank you, Reverend Bonnie. So put your feet flat on the ground and feel the support in your chair. I want you to take a deep breath. Inhale vibrant, light energy. And exhale. Another deep breath in. And when you're ready, just exhale. I want you to know that everything is energy. Energy is always vibrating. See and feel this dynamic energy as light. See and feel your unique light color and frequency. See the waves of your light color. Feel its frequency. As you tune into this frequency, allow this glowing, vibrant light energy that is the wholeness and is you enfold you. You are of the light and in the light. The light surrounds you, flows through you, and emanates from you. This light is creative energy and can instantly manifest any magical space that you design that is created just for you. A sanctuary, a spiritual retreat that you can go to anytime you desire. It might be an enchanted forest, a tranquil pond, a tropical island with white sand beaches and misting waterfalls. Whatever feels safe and inviting to you. You may have already created such a space. But here, now, add whatever details delight you. If you are creating a new space, this will be your starting point. Remember, you may return as often as you like to continue to build, to create, to manifest this unique, sacred place. In this now moment, your past is not here. It is fiction. It's a memory. It's part of a narrative collection that you have curated. You are not the circumstances you remember. Your spirit has never and will never be limited by history. The wholeness within you has always been and will always be. It is yours to reclaim. You are safe in this now moment, in this sacred space that you have created. As we move into the silence, Just be in your sacred space. Be grateful for what you have created. Take a deep breath in this now moment. As you exhale, open your eyes and be grateful for the re-entry into this sacred space, our center, that you co-create with everyone who is in here. Look around, acknowledge your fellow travelers, and carry this peace in your heart today. And so it is.
Wow. I need to go watch Frozen 2 again. There was so much I missed in between the popcorn and the distraction of the popcorn maker. I missed so much. Seriously. One of the things I love about the last month with music and this month with movies, is a reminder that spiritual lessons are everywhere if we pause and look and listen. Everything is spiritual. Finding the meaning in everyday little things in movie clips. And thank you so much for the reminder of that. I think that's brilliant of what Reverend Bonnie and Gaye and others have set up the last couple of months and moving into this time. And also giving others opportunity to share their spiritual experiences and lessons through that. We're going to move into our time of giving, and everything is a spiritual lesson. Giving is a spiritual lesson. Withholding is a spiritual lesson. And I'm going to be full disclosure, as I tend to be at times. I went through a very difficult financial time last month with a bank transaction where they were holding some money that was owed to me, and I withheld my tithe. 45 days. I went through this very excruciating time of trying to get money collected and being on hold and all this stuff. And I realized that all that time I was doing this, holding on to my tithe, I could have been letting God, letting the situation, as a reminder of that. So I say that because as we go into this time of giving and this time of letting go, it's a spiritual reminder of us and our the trust that we have in our abundance and in our finances and things. So, as we go into our time of giving, there we go. Know that you can give, obviously here in service, if you are on a automatic giver, please be sure to place the little card that we have. If you're online, you can give either through the texting, which you can text your tithe to. You can also go to the unityspokane.org and donate there as well. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way and write a check and put it in the mail too. That's also to our address there. But we appreciate that. So as our ushers come forward, we say our blessing. We say, as we say this together, I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I give thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. Abundant provider, we thank you for these gifts. We thank you for the reminder of our letting go. I think of a child and the innocence of that letting go. We ask that you would multiply these gifts and these offerings to our continued service and desire to make a positive difference in our world. And so it is. Thank you. Together we know unity stands for peace in the presence of conflict, for love in the presence of hatred, for forgiveness in the presence of injury. Unity honors the many names for God, the many paths to God, for we know that there is only one power and one presence and one life. So whoever you are and wherever you are on your path of transformation, you are welcomed here. We've heard that before, haven't we? I know we have some first-time guests because I met them out in the foyer and in the coffee line. So those of you that are here for the first time, would you just mind raising your hand if you feel inclined? Thank you. Oh, and I see person online. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for the click and the thumbs up. We appreciate that. For those of you that are here, and I think you guys got your free coffee already, right? But you can go back for a second cup because we're generous. We are a generous community, and if you want, we have abundance of coffee and water. So if you want another drink, go right ahead. But we thank you for being here. We thank you for clicking to us and choosing to be online with us. You can go to the website if you're new, and you can click to this little QR code. Those of you here, you can also use your cameras to click on that. But what that'll do is that'll get you signed up on our online newsletter. And every week comes out on Wednesday, gives a list of events and things that are going on here, little reminders. It has links to previous messages and also what's coming up. So be sure to sign up for that. It's very easy, and we don't spam. You only get one email a month or one email a week from us. So please know that we honor that. You can also go to unityspokane.org and sign up there as well. You may also connect with us on our social media, either through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Just search Unity Spiritual Center Spokane, and you will find us there. So thank you for joining us today. Our chaplains today are Steve and Murphy. They've been holding space for us today. Steve and Murphy, would you please stand? Steve and Murphy, we thank you for being in service with us. Murphy will be up front after the service and will be here available for prayer afterwards. So please know that she's available. We take prayer very seriously here. If anybody's familiar with Unity, you know that Unity was founded on prayer. And in the seat backs, if you're more inclined to be a little more private, you can complete an information card. There's there to fill out a prayer request. One of the first things I did when I moved here and came here for the very first time was put a prayer request in for my son who was in the hospital. And it was very meaningful to know that I could put that card in. And not only was it prayed for here, but after 30 days it gets sent to Silent Unity headquarters, and it's also prayed for there as well. Actually, immediately. Okay, it's immediately. It's not 30 days. So it goes there immediately. So please know that we take that serious, and we honor those requests. We honor the trust you place in us to do that. You can also go online. For those of you, or if you think of something later, you can go online to our website and register a prayer need there. And there again, it follows the same process. And if you didn't know, there's a handy-dandy little Unity app that you can actually download to your phone. So if something comes up to the course of the week, you can pull up that app and send out a prayer need as well. So please take advantage of that. All right, so now we're going to move into our Amber McKenzie moment of news you can use. I got to get the hair flip going, Amber. First off, it's first of the month. So first Sunday of the month, we have our board listener. And immediately after the service in the library over here, one of our board members will be available. If you have a question, a comment, hopefully it's just nothing but encouragement and praise for what we're doing here. But please know that you can speak to our board listener. I'm not sure who it is. Might even be me today. I'm not sure. But one of us will be available over there next door. And you can speak to our board listener. Also, the next thing. Oh, I'm supposed to be doing this, aren't I, Jeline? Thank you. I had it in my pocket and forgot. Look, he's got my back. Look at this. The Diva concert. The Diva concert raised $22.69 for our center. Now, please know that that was not only just from ticket sales, but it was also all of those little things that we had in terms of auction items, the boxes, right? We had, I won't say what we got and what I did with it and everything, but just know that my partner has a new piece of jewelry that she wears every once in a while. Yeah, anyways, it was a lot of fun, a lot of surprises. Great event, as always. Can't say enough about it. Yeah. But look at there, we raised $22.69 for the center. Okay, the next item is movie nights. Okay, we talked about this earlier. This week, or I should say next Sunday, the message will be on the movie The Kid. Reverend Bonnie will be here, and she'll be doing that presentation. Because of the week of 4th of July, we will ask that you watch the movie remotely. Now, this is the movie The Kid with Bruce Willis. It's an older movie, but I forgot how good it is. And so that will be this coming week. Please encourage you, if you can see what's going on here, we watch the movie and then we hear a message about it, and we hear things of the movie. The following week, we'll talk about this too, but will be Pinocchio, Miracles, and The Shack. We'll be doing that for every Thursday prior to the service on that Sunday. Okay, next, we have the Soul Collage. This is an event that's 2 summer classes are available, either July 11th or August 11th. It's from 6 to 8 p.m. The cost is $40, and you must sign up. It's going to be held at the Unity Chapel. If you have any questions about this whatsoever, you can see Deanna over here on the side. You can also ask Amber McKenzie when she's here, also more about that. But that's Soul Collage, and that is going to be happening July 11th. Then we also start our midday meditations. July 18th, July 25th, August 1st, and August 8th. Those will be here from noon to 12:45. That is with Reverend Bonnie, and I understand those have been very well attended as well. All right, and then we're going to have a little bit more about this, but everybody, all aboard the Imagination Express. This is the kids camp that's going to be coming up. Oh, there we go. August 7th, okay, all right, we're all aboard, we're ready to go. August 7th through the 11th, that will be kids camp here. We're going to see a little touch of this when the kids come in today. So there's been something they've been working on, I'm pretty excited about. But know that that's our kids camp. The cost, I believe, is $150, and it's going to be here. So anyways. Okay, 100 for members, and then 150 for non-members. Yeah, so we'll have that. So now we're going to move out of news you can use, and I hear kids out there. Okay. All right, kids, welcome. Hi, this is my new friend. I don't know what her name is, but I met her earlier, and she and I have a thing going on. Lawrence? Florence. She is an absolute doll. All right, thank you, kids. Welcome. And you know what we do on the first Sunday of the month? What do we recognize? July birthdays. All right, so if you have a birthday in July, would you please stand? Got one, yeah, here. And you know what that means? Birthday. Go ahead.
Happy birthday, we love you. Happy birthday, and may all your dreams come true. When you blow out your candles, one light stays aglow. It's the love light in your eyes wherever you go.
And just know there's some birthday cake. The last thing you want to do is to send a man who loves chocolate to Costco to order a birthday cake for July. Because you are not going to get a red, white, and blue cake. You're going to get a chocolate cake. So all you chocolate lovers out there, you can thank me. All right. Now, I understand, James, you have a little announcement as it relates to kids camp?
Are you guys ever bored of just sitting in your house waiting to do something? Well, our community can create kids camp. It's from the 7th to the 11th. It's from 9 a.m. No, wait.
Yep.
Yeah, 9 a.m. to noon. Please join us at kids camp. There's going to be food, and there's going to be a lot of stuff there. I have an example to put out here. Rose, you want to build a snowman?
You guys going to build a snowman?
Take one. Cut.
That is Bonnie, you gotta love this. Oh my goodness. They've been practicing this. That's great. Thank you, guys. Well, we will remember. 5 minutes. That doesn't matter. The point is, this is an example of kids camp. So thank you. All right, so with all that, we get to, and the one last thing we want to remind is we have 3 kids away at camp this week. 5? Well, 5 kids. I thought 3 in the... 3 are going and 2 are counselors. Oh, okay, 3 are going and 2 are counselors. So we got 5 humans at kids camp this week. And so we want to keep them in our awareness and in our prayers and our good thoughts of what they are experiencing. Solea, Lillian, and Tinley are all there. And, okay, and Ella and Ian are there as lifeguards and counselors in Oregon. And I think Amber's there too, isn't she? And Amber's, she's a chauffeur, okay. All right, so can remember those kids at kids camp. Okay, so with all that said, now is our time for our children's blessing. And together we say, be the love you are, sing the song you hear, share your joy of life with people far and near. And for ourselves, be the love we are, sing the song we hear, share our joy of life with people far and near. And children and elders, you may go to those you came with.
Let's not insult the...
I'm an elder. Hey, I'm up there. She loves the stage. She's up here. She is a doll. All right, as we close with our prayer of protection, the light of God surrounds you. I am the light of God. The love of God holds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And that's the truth.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect